Hello everyone, this is Keith from the Solo Gamers Club, welcoming you back to the channel. Tonight we're going to continue with our playthrough of A Touch of Evil, 10-year anniversary edition, and we're playing against the Necromancer. Currently, the Shadow track, we are in the second stage and we're at 15. Now on the coast board, we've got quite a collection of minions. We've got Succubi and Walking Dead, and this is going to start driving down the Shadow track very quickly unless we deal with this. Now we've got several ways that we can get out to the coast board. One of them is to go through the secret passage in the abandoned keep. Another way is to travel overland. A third way would be to purchase a map, and that would allow that character to move to any space on the board by using that map, and that might be the fastest way that we can do that. Unfortunately, our best fighter, Adriana, has the ability called Blind, and she's not able to use maps, obviously. So looks like we're probably going to have to try to use Jack Fellows and get him to the coast board as quickly as we can. Our first player is going to be Victor Danforth. He has 1 investigation, and he's got the Entourage card, which is going to allow him to carry up to 2 additional allies. Adriana, the foreign traveler, is by far our best hero for combat right now. She's dispatched quite a few Walking Dead already. She has 5 investigation, and she's purchased a horse, which is going to give her +1 to move. Then we have Jack Fellows, the privateer. He has 1 investigation. He's already built up his spirit by 1, but he's carrying the Devil's Mark, which is lowering his spirit by 1. Now that's a curse, and he can try to get rid of that at either the doctor's office or at the beach on the coast board at the widow's cottage. He has a pistol, and that's going to give him +1 to combat, which is great. He's also carrying an event card, Hunter's Courage, and that allows him to score hits on rolls of 1 during a fight. And finally, we have Lucy Hanbrook, and currently she has 2 investigations. She's managed to build up her cunning from 2 to 3, and she also has the Strength of Will event card, giving her an additional +1 to cunning. So she's doing very well in the cunning department. We've also got an endurance card on her, giving her a 3rd health box. She has the Entourage card, allowing her extra allies, and she has the Skilled Hand, and that allows her to re-roll a single die once per round, and that could be quite effective for us. So we're going to begin the round with Victor Danforth, and he'll roll for move. Well, Victor rolled a 6, and I think I'm going to try to get him to the fields, and he can check out that research token that's there. So I think we will move him 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to the fields. So Victor has reached the fields, and he's going to investigate that space first, and he'll have to make a roll and see if he's going to be able to draw an event card or if he has to resolve a mystery card, which we don't want. And here's the roll. He rolled a 4, so that will entitle him to an event card draw. That's great. And he draws the event Tactical Strike. Event cunning. Play on any hero, including yourself, to allow them to add their cunning to their combat for 1 fight round. That's great. And now Victor is going to attempt to uncover the mystery with that research token. He is going to make a cunning and honor combined roll, which his cunning is 4, honor is 3. He'll roll 7 dice. If he can get 2 or more 6s, we can uncover the token. If he fails to get that, then the token will be relocated to a new random location. Okay, and here's the combined test, the research test. And what do we have? We have a cocked die here, and Victor unfortunately only rolled a single 6. So we're going to have to relocate that token to a new location. And the trail of that research leads us to the manor, so we'll place that research token at the manor. And that's going to bring Victor's turn to a close. We'll continue on with Adriana. All right, Adriana rolled a 2 for movement. She currently has 5 investigations, so I think we're going to move her to the blacksmith. And that'll be good space for her to purchase some items there. Plus, that'll provide a block there for the Walking Dead that is lumbering towards the town hall, and she's currently our best fighter. So, Adriana has arrived at the blacksmith shop. So, our first action will be to investigate the space, and that allows her to draw an event card, and she's drawn Search for the Truth. Play to look at any town elder's secrets without revealing them. You may discard any number of those secrets by paying 1 investigation each. Afterward, if the town elder has no secrets remaining, draw a new secret for them without looking. And it says, I will find what I'm looking for. We have a copy of that card already in our event hand. The problem is there is an active mystery card in play. And that's this card, A Tavern's Tall Tale. If the harbor master is still alive, anytime a hero wants to look at the secrets of a town elder, they must first pass an Honor 5+ test. If failed, any investigation or cards used are wasted. So that remains in play. So until we can get rid of that card, we're going to be under that kind of penalty for doing investigation. So I think we will wait until we can get a chance to maybe get rid of that card. And now Adriana is going to do a little shopping, and she's going to purchase the Charmed Relic for 3 investigation. Once per game round, when you draw a card from a corner location deck, you may discard it and draw again. After each use, roll a d6. On a roll of 1, discard the item. And the flavor text is, found this just outside of town, near the old keep. All right, we'll give that to her. That is her second item card. And I think that's going to complete her turn. Next up is Jack Fellows. And we'll have him make a roll for move. All right, Jack rolled a 4, and I think he's going to encounter this Walking Dead, and he's going to move into that road space, and he's going to attack. All right, Jack has a pistol that's going to increase his combat level by 1, so he'll be rolling 4 dice. And the Walking Dead will also be rolling 4 dice. Jack has that special ability, Hunter's Courage. And fight dice rolls of 1 will now count as a hit if he's fighting against a beast or vampire. Now, the Walking Dead, I don't believe, are either of them, though. No, they are not. So he won't qualify for that card. But he does have his duelist ability, and that allows him to re-roll all of his missed fight dice. So we'll roll these dice and see what the effects of the first round of combat will be. All right, Jack has rolled a total of 2 hits. He's got a 5 and a 6. The Walking Dead have no hits, which is great. So we're going to utilize his reroll ability, and he can reroll his missed fight dice. So we'll have him do that. Here's his reroll for Duelist. And he's got 1 additional hit. So he's got 3 hits on them during the first round. And we will mark them with 3 wounds. All right, so that ends the first round, and Jack's obviously going to stick it out. Okay, here's round 2 of the fight. We only need 1 more hit to dispatch the Walking Dead. Whoops. Okay, Jack has no hits. The Walking Dead have gotten 1, but he can use his duelist ability and will re-roll all of those fight dice. He still doesn't have a hit. That's amazing. So Jack is going to take a wound. That's 1 of his 3 wound boxes. And we will mark him with a wound. And I think he'll stick it out for 1 more round. And here's the roll. Okay, Jack has 1 hit. He's got it. That's all he needs. The Walking Dead have also done a hit to him. So he's killed the Walking Dead. That is going to award him a total of 3 investigation. And he will be taking another wound. So we'll get rid of these wound tokens, give him 2. The Walking Dead is now removed, and Jack has earned 3 investigation. That is great. Now Jack is carrying 2 wounds. Of his 3, he has 4 investigation. I think we're going to probably try to get him to the doctor's office, and hopefully we can heal him up for a lower cost. It's going to finish his activation. We'll move on to Lucy Hanbrook. All right, Lucy is at the manor. There is a research token there, and she'll make a roll for move. Okay, Lucy's rolled a 4, and I think what she's going to do is she's going to spend 1 of her investigation points. She's going to use the secret passage at the manor, and she's going to travel to the monastery. There's also a research token there. So Lucy has taken the secret passage at the manor, and she's arrived at the monastery. So Lucy is going to begin by encountering the space, and we're going to draw a monastery card. She draws the card Secret Ritual. Investigation, danger. Inspecting the grounds at night, you come across a dark ritual performed by cloaked worshippers. Gathered around a bonfire, the chanting draws you closer. Make a cunning 6+ test and gain 3 investigation for every 6 rolled. If failed, you are attacked by the Order of the Crimson Hand. All right. Well, Lucy currently has a cunning of 4. She's got her base of 2, +1 from an improvement, and another +1 for her strength of will. So she'll be rolling 4 dice for the test, and we hope we can get at least 1 6. And here's the roll. She has no 6s. All right. She has this skilled hand event card that would allow her to re-roll 1 die that she's just rolled, but that's only going to give us a 1 in 6 chance of success. So I think we're just going to go into the combat with the Crimson Hand. So Lucy is attacked by the Order of the Crimson Hand. Minion Man, a secret order. The Crimson Hand have existed for thousands of years. Its members spread across all levels of society. They're going to have 2 fight dice with 4 wounds capacity. And it says the Order of the Crimson Hand gains a fight die for every wound they have taken. So they get angrier as they are wounded. And if we can defeat them, she'll gain 5 investigation. All right. Well, she can't escape until at least 1 round of combat has been resolved. Let's check our event cards out. Well, I think Lucy is going to play this card, Tactical Strike. Play on any hero, including yourself, to allow them to add their cunning to their combat for 1 fight round. So maybe this would give us enough power to take that Crimson Hand out before their special ability would kick in for those wounds. So Lucy has a combat value of 2. She'll be adding her cunning for the first round. That's 4, so she'll roll 6 dice. And the Crimson Hand will only be rolling 2 on the first round. All right, and here is the first round of combat. And Lucy has done only 1 hit. Crimson Hand have also done 1 hit. Let's see if there's any other cards we can play. Lucy rolled 4 1s. Oh boy. Well, there's no event cards that I want to play right at this time. There is a card we have that would be useful, but it doesn't really provide us with that much benefit. So in this case, both sides are going to be taking a wound token. 1 for the Crimson Hand, 1 for Lucy. Now Lucy is down to 2 health. So I don't think she's necessarily going to be able to defeat them. We might be better off trying to escape. And I think she's going to do that. We'll have Lucy escape to the road space to the west of the monastery. That would give her access to either the monastery or the inn. And then that Crimson Hand card will be removed. And once you escape, your turn ends. So that is going to complete the hero phase, and we'll move on to the mystery phase. All right, we begin the mystery phase by having the minions move, and they're going to be utilizing the Necromancer's special ability. So each of the minions are going to move a space. The first one is this Walking Dead. He'll move into the town square, kicking out the other one, but raising, or lowering, I should say, the shadow track from 15 down to 14. Now the other ones will move. A succubus moving into the beach, succubus moving into the icy waters, and a succubus moving to the road space. All right. And now the Necromancer's Eruption of the Dead ability is going to kick in, and we're going to place a Walking Dead at a random location. This time the Walking Dead appears in the marsh on the south end of Shadowbrook. Next is our cooperative mystery phase chart roll, and we'll be rolling a D100 utilizing our new table. Let's see what happens with this. The result is 0, 0, 0. Uh-oh. All right, so we're going to check that result out. Incidentally, I don't even think I showed the viewers the chart that I created in the previous video. This is the alternate advanced cooperative mystery phase chart. It's a D100 chart. I printed this on parchment papers to make it a little bit more sturdy, and basically I use double-sided printing so that it can be done on just 3 sheets. So we're going to look up what 000 is on our chart. And this time the result is Sign of the Dark Omen. One of the town elders previously thought dead stumbles back into town. The first player immediately chooses any dead town elder, not evil elder, and returns them to play. Discard any secrets the town elder had and draw 2 new secrets for them without looking. And then also discard the top card from each location deck and move the shadow track 1 step closer to darkness. And each hero gains 1 investigation. If there are no dead town elders, the first player instead chooses a town elder to gain a resolve token. That is awesome. We have no dead town elders, so we can use that resolve token, and we're going to place that once again, I think, on Magistrate Croft. All right, as per the roll, each of the investigators received 1 investigation. We've also moved the shadow track down 1. It is at 13. And we've discarded the top card from each of the draw decks. And now we have to draw a mystery card. And the mystery card reads, No one is safe. Mystery Death. The villain attacks, killing one of the town elders. Roll a d6. Any town elder with honor equal to the roll is killed. Each hero gains 2 investigation. I'm going to see if we have a card we can use to get rid of that. Well, I don't have a card to cancel that card, but we do have the I think not card. And we can play that to prevent 1 source from moving the shadow track. So that would prevent that movement of 2 points on the shadow track. So I think we will play that card. But we're going to have to make this roll now and see which town elder is killed. Well, we want to roll as low as possible, that is for certain. Here is the roll. The roll is a 4. So any town elder with an honor equal to the roll is killed. All right, let's see who has an honor of 4. And unfortunately, 2 of our town elders have honor of 4. That is Magistrate Croft and the Widow Jessica. Well, Magistrate Croft, fortunately, has a resolve token. So we're going to spend that to prevent his death. But unfortunately, the Widow Jessica is not as fortunate, so she is going to be killed. Now the Necromancer has a special ability. It's called Death's Embrace. Any town elder killed by the villain is turned into a zombie elder, an evil elder, on a d6 roll of 4+. Otherwise, that elder will simply be removed from the game. So we'll make the roll and see if the Widow Jessica is going to become an evil elder. Here's the roll. The result is a 6, so she is going to become an evil elder. And so the Widow Jessica now becomes the Collector. We're going to discard all of her secrets, and she will be added to the Necromancer's list of allies. Now, as an elder was killed, the shadow track is going to drop by 2 points, and that moves us into the next stage, moves us down to 11, and the villain is going to gain +2 health. So in addition to the Collector, he also is going to gain a +2 health token, and things are going south for us very quickly. The final portion of that card is every hero is going to gain 2 investigations, so at least we've gotten something out of it. So the Necromancer right now has a combat level of 6 with the addition of the Collector, and his health is at 25. So all that remains is the first player token will be moved to Adriana, and we will start the next hero round. So Adriana is up next. Her movement roll is a 5. That'll be modified up to a 6 with the horse. So she has 6 movement points, and I think we'll start sending her over land towards the coast. And she's going to use those 6 movement points to move towards the coast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's in a road space. So there's nothing further for her to do unless she wants to use one of her event cards. I think we'll pass on that, and we'll move on now to Jack Fellows. He's wounded. Jack has rolled a 1 for movement, and that entitles him to an event card draw, and he's drawn Magistrate's Mandate. Play immediately. Play this card on any hero. That hero may now carry 1 additional card from either the Old Woods or the Abandoned Keep. And I think we'll play that on Victor Danforth. I'm planning on leaving him on the coast on the Shadowbrook board, so we'll give that to Victor. Jack only has 1 movement point, so we'll move him into the blacksmith shop. And he's able to interact with the space and draw another event card. Jack has drawn the event card Militia. Play immediately. Place a militia marker on any named space on the board. Limit 1 militia per space. And the flavor text is Stand Fast. Watch for anything unnatural. Okay. And I think I'm going to place that militia token at the monastery. Jack has 7 investigation, and I think what he's going to do is purchase a couple items. He's going to buy the Book of Town History for 4. It's going to give him +1 to cunning, and the cost of looking at town elder secrets will be 1 fewer. He's also going to purchase the old map. That'll cost him 2, give him +1 to honor, and instead of moving normally, he can discard the map to move to any space on the board, and that will give us the ability to move to the coast board very quickly. So that'll spend 6 of his 7 investigation. That'll complete Jack's activation, and we'll move on to Lucy Hanbrook. She is on the Echo Lake board. Lucy rolled a 2 for movement, and she's going to return back to the monastery. So we'll have her move there. She'll get a little protection from that militia that we placed there, and now she's going to interact with the space. She draws the card Quiet Reflection. Recovery. Taking a short time for a rest and reflection, you feel reinvigorated in your hunt. Immediately heal 1 wound and gain 1 investigation. Well, that's actually good because she is carrying a wound right now. Her youth ability would have healed that at the start of her turn anyway, but we've healed the wound, and she's going to gain an additional investigation, moving her up to 5. Now she can do a little shopping at the monastery. We'll see if she wants to buy something there. She's going to purchase an Oath of Devotion for 2 investigation. That's going to give her +1 spirit. She also gains the keyword Holy. And now this card does not count against any carrying limit that she has, so that's good. She's also going to purchase a guide, and that's going to be costing her 1 investigation. It's an ally. You may discard the guide to cancel and redraw any location card you have just drawn. Brother Janice will act as your guide. Okay, so that's going to spend 3 investigation, and she's got 2 cards now. Now Lucy is going to attempt to do some research with that research token. She's going to make a combined honor and cunning test, and we'll see if she can get 2 or more 6s and reveal the token. Her honor is at 4, and her cunning is currently at 4. So she'll be rolling 8 dice for the test. And here's the test. And she has no 6s. So we'll be moving that research token to a new location. And the research token will move to the manor. There is already one there. So there's 2 pieces of research at the manor. Interesting. And that's going to complete Lucy's activation. We'll move to Victor Danforth. He's currently at the fields. All right, Victor has rolled a 3 for movement, and I'm going to move him to the manor, and he will interact with the space. And he draws the card Rider's Hat, item hat. You may now roll an extra die for move each turn and choose which to use. Rider's Hat does not count against your carrying limit. That's great. And the flavor text reads, "Yes, sir, this hat and I have been through some tough spots, but we always get the job done." All right. All right, Victor is now, as an action, going to attempt some research. And his combined cunning and honor are currently at 7. So he'll be rolling 7 dice for the test. And you can only interact with 1 token per turn. So either way, that's all he's going to be able to deal with. So we'll try his test. He needs 2 6s or more. And he's done it. He's got 3 6s. So we can choose either of the tokens. And I guess we'll flip up this one and see what he's found. He's found research number 2. We'll check our chart. Research token number 2 is the Talisman of Ka-Met-F. The ancient Egyptians were known for their skill in the art of necromancy, and this ancient talisman allows the wearer the ability to tap into this knowledge. The wearer of Talisman of Ka-Met-F gains +1 dice roll modifier fight rolls when combating minions with the keyword undead. May be traded to another investigator. All right. So he'll keep that token on his player board. That does not count against his carrying limit. So that talisman will work against the Walking Dead and the Succubus. So give him a little bit extra advantage. That's great. And I think that's going to bring Victor's turn to a close, and we'll move on to the mystery phase. To begin the mystery phase, the minions will move. We've got a Walking Dead lumbering up the road, the south road towards the doctor's office. And on the coast board, we have a succubus moving into the town square, displacing a Walking Dead, and unfortunately, moving the shadow track down from 11 down to 10. Another succubus moves into the barracks, and another succubus onto the beach. All right. We draw a layer card and place another Walking Dead for the Eruption of the Dead ability for the Necromancer, and unfortunately this is going to appear at the barracks. So a Walking Dead appears at the barracks. That's going to shift the succubus over, dispatching this succubus and decreasing the shadow track down to 9. This is not good. Now we're going to make our cooperative mystery phase roll. Here is the roll. The result is 88. We'll see what 88 is. 88 is revealed to be unnatural storm. A powerful supernatural storm is blown over the town. Immediately discard any mystery card in play that is keyword weather. Also, roll once on the villain's minion chart, re-rolling any non-event result, to see what evil the storm has brought. If the villain attacks during the storm, it does so at a random location and is +3 combat. Well, we have no mystery cards with keyword weather. So the next step is to roll on the villain's minion chart, and we would re-roll any non-event. Well, there's only one event result on the minion chart, and that's Dark Influence, so that's what it's going to be. It says roll a d6. Any town elder with honor equal to the roll gains a secrets card. Any dead town elder with the honor value rolled instead rises back up as a vampire elder, an evil elder. Shadow track moves one step closer to darkness, and every hero will gain 1 investigation. All right, we're going to make the roll, and we're going to be giving a secrets card to the town elder that shares the result. The result is a 5. And the elder with an honor of 5 is Sophie, so she's going to be gaining a secrets card. All the heroes have gained an investigation, and now we have to draw a mystery card. And the mystery card is Spreading Fear. Roll a d6 for each resolve token on a town elder. On a roll of 1, 2, or 3, remove that token. If no town elders have a resolve token, instead move the shadow track 2 spaces forward. Well, we do have one town elder with a resolve token. No, we don't. He used it to prevent his death in that previous round. So in this case, we have to move the shadow track 2 spaces forward. And that's going to move the shadow track from 9 to 7. We've entered the red stage now of the track, and the villain is going to gain a +1 combat token. And that's going to move the villain up to a combat value of 7. Shadow track is now at 7. Things are going south very quickly. So the first player marker will pass to Jack Fellows, and we will get started with a new hero phase. All right, Jack is at the blacksmith. He has 2 investigation, and he is carrying 2 wounds. So we'll have him make a move roll, and we'll see how much he has. All right, Jack rolled a 6, and I think we have to move him to the doctor's office. He needs some healing, so we'll move him to the doctor's office. Jack interacts at the doctor's office. He draws an event, and it is Gossip and Rumors. Play at any time except during a fight to peek at the secrets of one town elder without revealing them. You may choose one of those secrets to discard and draw a new one without looking to replace it. The flavor text is, "My cousin's brother-in-law heard from his friend." And now Jack is going to interact with the doctor's office, and he's going to heal his 2 wounds at a cost of 2 investigation. And it's too bad he didn't have more investigation, because if he could have had 6, he'd be able to cure that curse that he's carrying, the devil's mark, but he doesn't have enough. That's going to end Jack's turn, and we'll move on to Lucy Hanbrook. All right, Lucy has rolled a 1 for movement, and that's going to entitle her to an event card draw. And she draws the event, Reassuring Speech. Play as an action while in a town space to move the shadow track D3 steps away from darkness. Gain 2 investigation for each step moved on the shadow track. Then remove this card from the game. Or cancel any mystery card that is keyword Hysteria. Interesting. Well, we do have a few cards, mystery cards, that are keyword Hysteria. At least one of them. And I'm going to use that card right now to cancel that card. And we're going to use that to cancel this Hysteria, A Tavern's Tall Tale. And that has the Hysteria keyword, and that would get rid of the card, and we don't have to worry about that when we do investigation into the elders. So we'll get rid of that card. That is great. Lucy's going to move 1 point, and she'll move to the north dock. Her first action will be to claim the investigation that's present, so she'll gain 2 investigation, moving her up to 5. Now she's going to roll a die and we'll see if we get an event card draw or a mystery card draw. Rolls a 4, so that'll get her an event. She draws the event, I think not. And that allows us to cancel an event card as it is played or an event result on the villain's minion chart, or prevent one source from moving the shadow track, or cancel a layer card as it is played. So we'll add that to our tableau of cards. And I think Lucy's going to play this event card, Gossip and Rumors. Play it any time to peek at the secrets of one town elder without revealing them. You can choose one of those secrets to discard and draw a new one without looking at it to replace it. And I think we'll investigate Magistrate Croft. Now we're peeking at this card so we don't have to reveal it. And Magistrate Croft is a hero of the people. The town elder joins you as an ally, and we are going to reveal that. We don't have to, but we have the option to do so. And we're going to do that. So that means that Magistrate Croft is going to join Lucy Hanbrook. Place the town elder card by your hero sheet. While they are with you, you gain their special ability and may use their spirit, cunning, or honor instead of your own for any card effect or test. Anytime the shadow track crosses into a new stage, or if you are KO'd, the elder leaves you, returning to his normal position. All right. If this elder is not currently joined with a hero, any hero may pay 4 investigation as an action to have them join them. All right. So Magistrate Croft is a hero of the people. That is great. And we'll see if maybe there's some other cards that Lucy might want to play. Lucy's also going to play the event Search for the Truth. Play to look at a town elder's secrets without revealing them. You may discard any number of those secrets by paying 1 investigation each. Afterward, if the town elder has no secrets remaining, draw 1 new secret for them without looking. All right. And I think we're going to investigate Dr. Manning. And we'll see what his secret is. We'll take a peek at that. And that is, he's the Shadow's puppet. Well, we don't want that. So Lucy is going to pay 1 investigation to get rid of that secret, moving her down to 4, and we'll draw a new one for him without looking at it. It's a good way to get rid of those evil secret cards. Lucy's going to play another event, and it's another Search for the Truth. And I think this time we're going to investigate Mayor Carver. Mayor Carver's first secret is a little secret, and that is a second life. With a penchant for week-long excursions into the bustling city nearby, the town elder does not speak of what dark treasures their ill-gotten wealth can provide, or what dark influences they have brought back with them. This is of no consequence to the investigation and no effect. His next secret is Servant to Darkness. Well, we're going to get rid of that card. She's going to pay 1 investigation, and we'll be able to discard that card. And he'll draw, I believe he draws another one. Let's see. You may discard any number of those secrets by paying 1 investigation each. Afterward, if the town elder has no secrets remaining. Okay, so that's fine. We don't have to draw a new one. So he'll keep his little secret, and we'll discard the Servant to Darkness. That is great. And that's going to bring Lucy's turn to a close. We'll move on to Victor Danforth. He's at the manor. All right, Victor is at the manor. He's rolled a 4 for movement. And I think I'm going to have him move to the windmill, and we'll have him check out what's happening there. He'll move 1, 2, 3, 4 to the windmill. Now, Victor actually had the rider's hat. That would have allowed him an extra die roll for movement, but in this case, we'll just take the 4. That's good enough. He is going to investigate at the windmill, so we'll draw a windmill card. He draws the card Rusty Key. Item key. Draw a random location for this key. While at that location, you can discard the key as an action to gain D6 investigation, or discard the key anywhere to gain +3 cunning for the rest of the turn, or for the showdown fight round. All right, we'll draw a layer card, and that key is going to be valid at the bog. All right, so we'll tie those two cards together, and we'll give that to Victor. And that's going to bring Victor's actions to a close. We'll move on to Adriana. She's on the Echo Lake board. Adriana rolled a 1 for movement. She has a horse that will allow her an extra movement point, but she will be able to draw an event card for that roll of a 1. She draws the event Strength of Courage. Play immediately. Play this card on any hero. +1 honor remains in play. Well, the character that could use the honor the most would be Victor Danforth. He's currently at a 3, so we'll give it to him. And now, Adriana has 2 movement points with her horse, and I'll have her move to the south dock. 1 and 2. She arrives at the south dock, and the first action she's going to do is to collect investigation, and she'll take the 2 that are there. That moves her up to a total of 8 investigation. Now she has to encounter the space. She rolls a 5, so that will entitle her to an event card draw. That is great. She draws the event Spirited Attack. Event Spirit. Play on any hero, including yourself, to allow them to add their spirit to their combat for 1 fight round. That is great. And that's going to bring Adriana's turn to a close, and now we move on to the mystery phase. So on the Shadowbrick board, we have a Walking Dead meandering towards the doctor's office. And on the Coast board, this is not going to be good. The succubus will move into the town square, removing that succubus, but moving the shadow track down from 7 to 6. And it's going to happen again. We have a Walking Dead at the barracks that will move into the town square, ejecting the succubus and moving us down now to 5 on the shadow track. Not good. And now the eruption of the dead will kick in, and we're going to be placing a Walking Dead at the south dock, and that is where Adriana is. So Adriana will have to immediately battle the Walking Dead. She has a combat level of 3, so she'll be rolling 3 dice, and she's going to use her Fast Strike, and that will allow her to hit first. Here is her roll. And she's rolled 2 hits. That is awesome. And we're going to apply 2 damage, 2 wounds to that Walking Dead immediately. Now the Walking Dead will fire, and they're going to roll 4 dice, but they only hit on 6s, so we'll have to see what happens. Here's the roll. They've rolled no hits. That is great. Adriana will now start her second combat round using Fast Strike. Get 2 hits, we can take this thing out right away. Whoops. And she rolled no hits. That's unfortunate. All right. Walking Dead will now attack. They've rolled 1 hit, so she is going to gain 1 wound. Now she has this ability called Enhanced Senses. It says you can pay 2 investigation during a fight to force the opponent to re-roll one of their fight dice, and I think she will do that. She's going to pay the 2 investigation, and we'll force them to re-roll that 6. And if they don't get a 6, then she doesn't have to take the wound. They rolled a 3, so we've canceled that wound. That is great. We'll move on to a third round. And she'll use her Fast Strike. She's got 2 hits, and she's taking that thing out. That is awesome. She's going to earn 3 investigation for that. She is a great fighter. Next up is our cooperative mystery phase roll, and here we go. This time we've got a 19, 10, and a 9, so 19. Let's see what that is. And a 19 is March of Darkness. Every minion on the board immediately moves 2 spaces along a path to the town hall or town square if on the coast board. There are no minions on the board. Instead, roll once on the villain's minion chart, re-rolling event results, and place the minion at 2 random locations. Well, we have minions on the board. One minion is already at the town square. That's a Walking Dead. He'll remain where he is, but there is another one on the Shadowbrook board. And he's going to move into the doctor's office, and we're going to have another combat, this time with Jack Fellows. All right, Jack has a combat level of 4, and so does the Walking Dead. Jack has the duelist ability, though, so he'll be able to re-roll his misses. Here is the rolls. Oh no, the Walking Dead have done 2 hits. Jack has only done 1, so he's going to use his duelist ability and he'll re-roll his misses, and hopefully he can get some hits with this. Here is his re-roll. And he's managed 1 extra hit, so each side is going to take 2 wounds. So we'll place 2 wounds on the Walking Dead and 2 wounds on Jack. All right, he's down now to 1 health box. And I don't want to have him be KO'd because he doesn't have any investigation, so that would start costing him cards. So I think we're going to withdraw. And Jack is going to move to the magistrate's office, I believe. He's got 2 wounds there. And we'll place those on his card. And that is going to end that portion of the turn. And now we have to draw a mystery card. And the mystery card is going to be resolved by Jack Fellows. He is the first player, and it reads, "It's struck again. Mystery death. The villain attacks one of the town elders. Roll a d6. On a roll of 4+, the town elder with the lowest cunning is killed." All right. Not good. So we'll make a roll and see if they roll a 4 or greater, and we're going to lose another elder. Rolls a 3. So we don't have to kill an elder at least, and every hero is going to gain 1 investigation. That's great. All right, so all of the elders have gained the investigation, and the last step is to move the first player marker, and that will move from Jack Fellows to Lucy Hanbrook. And we'll start another hero turn. Now our shadow track is at 5, and I'm actually thinking about whether we should be purchasing a layer card pretty soon. Because if we don't have one, we can't bring the Necromancer to a showdown, and eventually he's going to move that shadow track down and we're going to lose. So we're going to have to think about that. Lucy is currently at the North Dock, and she is befriended by Magistrate Croft, at least until the shadow track moves into a new stage. Lucy has rolled a 3 for movement, and I think she's going to return to the monastery. And her and Magistrate Croft will move to the monastery, and we will encounter the space. And she draws the card, Oath of the Hunter. Oath Hunter gives her an extra health box, which is great. You gain +1 fight dice against any vampire, ghost, or demon. Limit 1 oath. Does not count against your carrying limit. Well, unfortunately, Lucy already has an Oath of Devotion, and that gives her the +1 to Spirit. I think that's probably almost more important at this point. She needs to get a total combined Spirit and Cunning of 8 or better. Otherwise, the Necromancer's Sorcerer ability is going to kick in. Right now, she is at a total of 4, 8. She does have enough right now, so we don't want to lose that Oath of Devotion she has with the Spirit, +1 to Spirit. So we will have to discard that Oath of the Hunter card. And I think rather than shopping at the monastery shop, Lucy is going to purchase a layer card. It's going to cost her 1 investigation, and that is where we are on the shadow track and that stage. So she'll spend 1 investigation. We'll draw a layer card. She's drawn the layer card, Covered Bridge. That has a cost of 2. So she would have to, any of the characters can travel to the covered bridge. And then, for a cost of 2, they can undertake the showdown. Every character would have to pay 2, or they could move to the covered bridge, and we could execute the showdown with the Necromancer there. And it says, if you would be KO'd during the showdown, you may instead dive into the river with 1 health remaining and immediately move to the marsh. That's kind of a good card. So we will keep that. Now that's a community card. Anyone can activate that by moving to the covered bridge. That's going to bring Lucy's turn to a close, and we'll move to Victor Danforth. He's at the windmill. All right, Victor has the rider's hat, and that allows him to roll an extra die for movement, and he can choose which one he wants. Victor rolled a 5 and a 2, so I guess we'll use the 5. We could also use the 2, and that would activate Victor's creative thinking, and that would allow him to draw an event card. But we'll use the 5, and he's going to move back to the manor where we have a research token. I think that's the better play. So Victor arrives at the manor, and he's going to draw a manor card. And he draws the card Nightmare. Sleep portent. Tossing and turning in the night, you wake from a nightmare in which you were one of the revered elders of the town, doing unspeakable things. That says, draw a card from the secrets deck and look at it. Then choose one of the town elders to add it to. All right. Well, we'll draw a secrets card. And that one is a little secret, witchcraft. All right. Well, I think we will give that to Lady Hanbrook. That'll only be her second card, and only one will be revealed at that point. So we'll give that to Lady Hanbrook. And now, since Victor has interacted with the space, he's going to attempt to research that other research token there. He has a cunning and honor combination of 7. Scratch that. He has now strength of courage. His honor is +1, so he'll be rolling 8 dice for the test. All right, here is the roll. We're looking for 2 6s or better. And he's done it. He's got the 2 6s, so we'll reveal the token, and that is token number 1, and we'll see what that is. And that reads, Counter Magic. The power of the Necromancer lies in his knowledge of ancient magic and esoteric rituals. A hero possessing counter magic is immune to the effects of the Necromancer's sorcery ability. All right. So we'll give that to Victor. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't help too much. He can't transfer that to another player, and he's already got his combined 8 cunning and honor, so it won't help him too much. He's actually looking for spirit and honor, and that as well as 8 points, and that counteracts that sorcerer ability of the Necromancer. So anyway, that is going to complete Victor's activation. We'll move on to Adriana. Adriana is at the South Dock. She's rolled a 6 for movement. She has her horse. That'll give her +1, so she has 7 movement points, and I think she's going to move to the town square in the coast and confront that walking dead. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. So we're going to start a fight round, and Adriana is going to use her fast strike. She has a combat level of 3. She has no hits. Okay. No hits. Now the walking dead will strike, and they only hit on 6s, though. Here's their roll. And they have 2 6s, unfortunately. All right. So Adriana is currently going to be taking a total of 2 wounds. I think she's going to use her enhanced senses. She's going to spend 2 investigation and force the opponent to re-roll one of their fight dice. So we'll have them re-roll one of those 6s, and maybe we can escape with only 1 damage. Here's the roll. They rolled a 5, so the 2 points are spent. 1 wound is wiped out, and Adriana now has 1 of 3 of her wound boxes filled. And I think she'll stick it out She's going to try another round. Here's her roll. Now she has, we might want to use a combat, an event card. I'll have to take a look. She's going to play the event card Spirited Attack. Play on any hero, and that will allow them to add their spirit to their combat for one fight round. So that'll give her Spirit 3, plus her regular combat will allow her 6 dice. And she'll be using her Fast Strike. Here's the roll. She has no hits. That is absolutely beyond belief. Oh boy. All right, well, the Walking Dead are going to launch their attack now, hitting on 6s only. They have no hits. All right, so kind of avoided that. The Spirited Attack is only good for 1 round, though. Card is used. And I think Adriana is going to stick it out, so she'll roll 3 combat dice using her Fast Strike. See if we can get a hit on the Walking Dead. She has no hits. Oh boy. Not good. Okay, the Walking Dead will now strike. They have 1 hit. Well, I think she's going to use the Enhanced Senses again, spending the 2 points to see if she can get rid of that wound that she's going to be taking. That'll force them to re-roll one of their dice, and she'll force the 6 to be re-rolled. And it's a 4, so it's a wise spending of the investigation points, and that completes that round. And I think she's going to try to stick it out. This might be a mistake, but we'll try it. She's got to get a success sooner or later. Here is the Fast Strike from Adriana. She's got 2 hits that time. That's fantastic. So we'll mark the Walking Dead with 2 wounds. And now it's going to launch its attack on her. It's done no hits. All right, we're going to go on to another fight round. And Adriana will use her Fast Strike again. 3 dice. Let's see if we can take this thing out. She's got 1 hit, and that's enough to cause another hit on the Walking Dead. It's at 3 of its 4. Now that Walking Dead will strike at her. It has 1 hit. All right, she's going to use that Enhanced Senses one more time, and that will cost her a total of 2 investigation, moving her down to 4, and she'll use that to try to counteract the wound that she's going to be taking. And that'll force them to re-roll that 6 that they have there. Here's the roll. Roll a 4, so we're good. That has canceled that wound, and now she's going to do another round. Here's Adriana's Fast Strike. And she's missed. She's got a 4, 3, and a 2. This is a tough combat for her. And now the Walking Dead. It has no hits, so we'll continue on with another round. And let's see if she can get him with her Fast Strike. Here we go. She's done it. She's got a 5. That'll be the 4th wound, and the Walking Dead are removed. She gains 3 investigation. All right, so our Spirited Attacker, Adriana, has defeated another Walking Dead. Now she's going to interact with the town, and on the coast board, we have to draw a village encounter card before we can interact with the space, and that's what we'll do next. She draws the encounter card, Dead Man's Fog, Village Encounter. The twisting streets of Tidewater fill with the briny fog of the deep, the Dead Man's Fog. You may not interact with the space any further this turn. The flavor text is, it is not safe to be about on a night like this. Okay, so that's going to end her turn. And incidentally, those encounter cards are put back into the deck and they're shuffled back in unless it's a card that is to be kept or it says to remove it. Jack Fellows is up next. He has a movement roll of 3. Unfortunately, Jack is carrying 2 wounds, and we've got a Walking Dead at the doctor's office. So that is not a good combination for us. Well, Jack could start the showdown at the covered bridge, but with 2 wounds, he's not going to last very long, so we need to get that healed first. I guess the best thing he could do would be to move to the blacksmith's shop, and we can at least draw an event there. And he draws the event, A Painful Truth, Event Discovery. Play on any hero to prevent them from moving this turn. They must roll for lingering as normal. The hero gains D6 investigation. The flavor text is, I'm sorry. Well, Jack does not have, he's only got 1 investigation, so we can't really do much at the blacksmith shop. So his turn is going to end and we'll move on to the mystery phase. So the active minions are going to move, and the Walking Dead now enter the town hall. It's the only minion on the board right now. Eruption of the Dead will kick in, and we're going to be placing another Walking Dead, this time at the abandoned keep. Now we'll make our cooperative mystery phase roll. The result is a 54, so we'll read 54. 54 is lies and deceit. Roll a d6. Any town elder with honor equal to or less than the roll will gain a secret. If any town elder has 3 or more unrevealed secrets, immediately reveal them. All right. And here's the roll. Result is a 4. So, Mayor Carver, Magistrate Croft, Dr. Manning, Reverend Harding, and Lady Hanbrook will all receive additional secrets. So we've given these extra secrets cards to those elders that we indicated, and none of them have to be revealed, luckily. And now we draw our mystery card, and this time it's a chill wind, mystery weather. All heroes are -1 fight dice to a minimum of 1. Limit 1 weather card in play at a time. Discard any weather card already in play, and that remains in play. Oh, that is a nasty card, especially at this point in the game. I'll see if there's a way I can cancel that. No, I cannot, so that is going to remain in play, and we'll have to put that on our remains in play area. That's nasty. And that's going to complete the mystery phase. We'll move our first player token to Victor Danforth, and that will complete the round. And I think we are going to conclude the video here. Currently, our shadow track is at 5, so we don't have a lot of time left, but I'm going to have to try to heal up our characters and at least get them in a better position for the showdown. So thank you so much for tuning into the Solo Gamers Club. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough, and I look forward to seeing you again for episode 3 as we play A Touch of Evil against the Necromancer. This is Keith from the Solo Gamers Club signing off and wishing everyone a pleasant evening. Good night.